Picture a micro motorhome you can thread through city streets, park without drama, and still walk into a space that feels closer to a real RV. That's the idea behind the Bela Trendy one. Permanent cab over bed up top, a usable dinette below, and the part most people don't expect in this size: a proper bathroom. Car Hub, your trusted guide to the world of motorhomes and campervans. The trendy one started turning heads in Europe around 2018 because the concept looked expensive but the price didn't. Starting around $44,000, it tried to deliver true motorhome basics in a body not much bigger than a family van. The unusual move is the base vehicle. Instead of a large van platform, Bela built it on a Fiat Doblo small van chassis. That choice keeps the footprint compact at just under 16.4 feet long and about 6.3 feet wide, even shorter than a Ford F-150, so city parking and tight streets feel less intimidating. Height is roughly 8.8 to 8.9 feet, similar to many full-size campervans and tall enough for most people to stand inside. Power comes from a Euro 6, 1.6-liter turbo diesel, rated around 105 horsepower. Maximum permissible weight is about 5,467 pounds, so it stays in a light vehicle category. It won't feel fast, especially on hills, but the payoff is a more car-like driving experience and less stress when you're squeezing through older towns. Think of it as a slow and steady cruiser. You plan passes, you keep momentum, and the compact width does the real work when lanes tighten. If you're used to wide coach builds, the Doblo base makes mirrors and corners feel easier to place. Step inside and the layout explains the bigger-than-it-looks reputation. This is a two-seat travel setup, mainly for a solo traveler or a couple. The cab seats stay fixed and do not swivel, so the lounge is formed by two cushioned benches in the camper body. The table is generous for a micro camper, so it's easy to eat, work, or plan a route without balancing things on your lap. Overhead lockers add storage for food and small gear. When parked, the dinette can seat 3 for a meal, but day-to-day it's really designed for 2 to live comfortably. If you ever need a third sleeping spot, the table drops and the benches convert into a small single bed that's best treated as an occasional backup. Now for the feature that changes how this camper feels: the rear bathroom. Instead of a portable toilet corner, the Trendy one offers a true dry bathroom across the back. In the Trendy 1S layout, the room spans the full width, about 6.1 feet. The cassette toilet sits on one side, a dedicated shower is on the other, and a slim sink with mirror lives in the middle. You can step in, close the door, and you get privacy like you'd expect in a larger motorhome. The shower uses a pan and curtain with a stand-up fixture, while the center vanity handles basic washing and toothbrushing. On the Trendy 1G, the bathroom narrows to make room for a tall external locker so the fixtures shift. The toilet stays to one side, the shower moves toward the center, and the sink relocates to the far wall. It's tighter, but still a complete, functional washroom. Because it's a dry layout, you're not turning the room into a wet zone every time you shower. That keeps the toilet side cleaner, and it feels more like a regular bathroom routine, even when you're living smaller. The main sleeping area stays out of the way in the cab-over alcove. Up there, you get a transverse double bed, measuring about 51 by 71 inches. The alcove is tall enough to feel less cramped than many cab-over designs, so getting in and shifting position is easier than you'd expect. A skylight above the bed brings in daylight and ventilation, and a side window adds extra light. Access is via a ladder that hooks into place. This is where the layout wins. The bed stays made, and the living space stays open all day. Midship is the kitchenette. The galley uses a combined 2-burner stove and sink under a fold-down glass lid. Close it, and you gain a bit of counter space. Plus, there's a small prep area beside the sink for simple meals, coffee, or tea. Below, you get a small compressor refrigerator of about 2.8 cubic feet, along with drawers and cabinets for dishes and pantry items. Overhead cabinets add more storage, and a slim wardrobe-style cupboard along the galley gives you space for a few hanging shirts or jackets, with room below for folded clothes. Outside, the hardware is arranged to keep camping simple. Most service points sit on the driver's side, where you typically find hookups and filler access, plus storage. Fresh water capacity is in the mid-double-digit liters, roughly about 21 gallons, and the gray tank is sized in a similar range. On the trendy 1G version, that tall external locker acts like a slim garage for gear, useful for folding chairs, a compact table, or longer items you don't want inside. On the passenger side is the main habitation door, set just behind the front passenger seat. Because the floor sits higher than a normal van, you usually get a folding entry step, or a small step to climb in easier. Right beside the door is a locker for gas bottles used for cooking, and there's an exterior light above the entrance. An awning rail runs along this side so you can add an optional awning for shade. The cassette toilet is the common European style with a removable tank, typically around 4 to 5 gallons, accessed from an exterior hatch on this side. Above the cab, Bela mounts a fiberglass coach-built module with an over-cab alcove and side windows, giving the trendy one its mini motorhome look. You'll also see a shore power inlet for plugging into campground electricity. Near the driver's door, a small exterior vent is often visible and serves as the exhaust outlet for the gas heating system. Around back, the rear wall stays simple and flat because the body is so short. A bike rack isn't always standard, but an optional carrier can be fitted, and some show models have been displayed with one installed. On the roof, there's typically a skylight dome above the cab bed area, plus a roof vent over the rear bathroom to pull out steam after a shower. For day-to-day comfort, the trendy one is insulated and set up for 3-season use. LED lighting runs through the cabin, and a control panel near the entry typically monitors battery and tank levels. Up front, it's a mostly stock Fiat Doblo cab, with practical features like air conditioning and a simple dash. A curtained pass-through opening under the alcove lets you step between the cab and living area without going outside, which matters when the weather turns bad. A quick note on the timeline. The trendy one was first shown as a prototype at Stuttgart's CMT show in 2017, and later appeared publicly as the 1S and 1G at the 2019 Dusseldorf Caravan Salon. Today, Bela's lineup is more associated with other base vehicles, so the Doblo-based trendy one is more likely to be found used than ordered new. That's part of what makes it interesting. Small outside, but a layout that feels mature and complete. If you want compact street manners but real motorhome essentials inside, this is the kind of build that proves it can be done. Would you choose the full-width bathroom comfort of the 1S or the extra exterior storage of the 1G? If this helped, hit like, leave a comment with your pick, share it with a friend who loves compact campers, and subscribe to Car Hub for more calm, practical motorhome and campervan tours.